This is a Weather Tracker TV breaking weather alert.
All right, folks, here we go now, heading right on into our Monday. And I tell you what, we continue to track this opportunity of a winter storm / ice storm that will be unfolding across the area, including the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, as we go through today, Monday, tomorrow, Tuesday. And with some of the newest data coming in, Wednesday, we may stay below freezing, and there may be more wintry weather impacts even into Wednesday. We've got a lot to cover. Of course, William Cole here in the Storm Studio. We'll be talking about it now and as we go through the hour as well. But let me go and catch you up on the latest details. First of all, from overnight, the winter storm watch has now been replaced by a winter storm warning as anticipated. It does include all of North Texas. That does include the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex specifically. Again, this would be the opportunity of significant icing, an opportunity of some sleet accumulation, and again, mainly travel impacts. The way it looks right now, bridges and overpasses, but even some of the secondary streets as we go through tomorrow, Tuesday, and especially if we continue with this icing event even into Wednesday, travel could go from hazardous to maybe almost impossible around the area. So again, this is a really big deal that we're tracking now as we go through the day. So there's your timeline. At least through this afternoon, we're mainly talking about drizzle, right? We're beginning to see some of the freezing drizzle developing on the western sides of the Metroplex this morning. But even as we go through the afternoon, it's mainly going to be drizzle. But as we get closer to that all-important evening commute, the freezing drizzle will thicken up, and there may be an opportunity of even an outright freezing rain during that point in time as well. Simply put, today temperatures do not get above freezing. Of course, temperatures stay below freezing because of the Arctic air mass that is now in the region. And that Arctic air mass, it's going to be hard to get it to move. So even for tomorrow, Tuesday, we do stay below freezing. And like I mentioned, the big question is now for Wednesday, can we get back above freezing with just a cold rain that would really greatly improve conditions across the area, or do we stay below freezing even on Wednesday? And again, we continue to add to some of these ice accumulations. It's going to be a big question, and again, we're going to try and answer that again as we go through this afternoon. So on top of that, we have this flow coming in from the subtropics. You can see from way out in the Pacific Ocean, across the California Baja, across Mexico, and right up into North Texas. This is what we call a turbulent flow. You can see embedded within the flow, multiple disturbances, areas of lift. And as we add those on top of this Arctic air, well, obviously we're having this opportunity of precipitation. And in this situation, because believe it or not, the air just above the surface is fairly warm. Air temperatures may be right around 50 degrees above the surface. But again, as that liquid rain falls, hits the Arctic air, freezes on contact, you get the freezing rain. In some situations, as we go over the next 24 to 48 hours, we will have a little sleet mixed in with that as well. Not impossible, by the way, to even have a clap or two of thunder with the sleet, by the way. So radar basically quiet right now. Again, freezing drizzle does not present very well on radar. So through the afternoon hours at least, anything we see out there would be pretty hard to see on radar, right? So this is what the model's doing. Again, there's the opportunity from the model depicting that opportunity of some freezing drizzle through the afternoon. But notice by the evening commute, the darker purple showing up, that would be an opportunity of even some freezing rain for the evening commute. The evening commute could be quite dicey here in the Metroplex. Freezing drizzle, maybe a very light freezing rain through the evening. We taper that off some, but then as we get into the overnight, this is by 3 a.m. Tuesday morning. Let me go and roll this back into motion. And again, just like we said yesterday, it's basically game on. It'll be wave after wave after wave, freezing rain that does move through, some sleet mixed in. And, you know, the more sleet we get, the better in this situation, because sleet will turn into slush on the roads, and it also does not accumulate on the power lines, the branches, and other things that could end up causing us some real problems. So the more sleet, the better. But right now, the data is truly trending towards a pretty significant icing event. And just based off the computer projections here, 1/4 to a 1/2 inch of ice is not going to be impossible. That is a big time icing event. And again, a lot of times in those situations, you do even end up with some power disruption. So please do keep that in mind. Again, an opportunity of that freezing rain, freezing drizzle as we go through the evening. Again, we talked about it for today. There it is for tomorrow. Does continue. And again, the latest data coming in. The one thing I've done, I've now kept Wednesday at only 32. It's going to be razor close if we do get above freezing on Wednesday, or if we go through the afternoon on Wednesday, we may stay below freezing with more frozen precipitation. The good news is back to near 60 by late weekend. More coming up.